Despite Ben Affleck's unhappiness in his marriage to J-Lo, he and Jennifer Garner are the perfect examples of celebrity co-parenting goals. They've been divorced for 5 years, but they still get along fine and support each other as friends and co-parents. They trust and respect each other so much that Ben even confides in Garner about J-Lo's tantrums and toxic grip over him, while he's always looking miserable around his current wife, J-Lo. Affleck and Garner are often seen smiling and laughing together at their kids' events, and they even go on vacations as a family. They seem to have a perfect relationship, except for one thing: they are no longer married. So what went wrong? Why did they divorce in the first place if they're so happy together and amazing at co-parenting? And what was the one very hurtful thing Ben said about his marriage to Garner that he now regrets and that Garner almost couldn't forgive? In this video, we'll reveal the truth about Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner's co-parenting relationship, plus a flashback of their marriage and divorce. We'll show you how they met, fell in love, and fell apart. From the scandal with their nanny tagged Nannygate to Ben's alcoholic lifestyle, we'll tell you all about it. We'll also tell you how they managed to stay on good terms despite the hurtful things Ben has done and said in the past, plus how their relationship compares with Ben's current marriage with J-Lo. And we'll tell you the one thing that Affleck regrets the most about his divorce from Garner, so stick around to find out more. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were one of Hollywood's most beloved couples. They met in 2001 on the set of Pearl Harbor, but they didn't start dating until 2003 when they co-starred in Daredevil, a movie that flopped at the box office. They got engaged in 2004 and married in 2005 in a private ceremony in Turks and Caicos. They welcomed 3 children: Violet, born in 2005, Serafina, born in 2009, and Samuel, born in 2012. They seem to have a happy and stable marriage, balancing their careers and family life. They often praised each other in interviews and gushed about their love and respect for each other. They also faced some challenges together, such as Affleck's struggle with alcohol addiction, which he admitted to in 2017. He even thanked Garner for her support and said that he wanted to be the best father he could be. However, behind the scenes, their marriage was crumbling. There were rumors of Affleck's infidelity, especially with their nanny Christine Ozunian, in 2015. This scandal was famously referred to as Nannygate. Though Ben's camp vehemently denied the claim, only a few people ever believed him because the circumstances surrounding his relationship with the nanny were almost self-evident. For example, they were caught in an inappropriate situation while on vacation in the Bahamas. The nanny was fired the following day because of this. Another questionable instance was that just a few weeks after the announcement of their divorce in 2015, the same nanny pulled up in front of Ben's home and exchanged a bottle of champagne amid laughter and joy. If that's not suspicious enough, I don't know what else would be, because what could the two still have together since she's been fired? And what could they have been celebrating? Perhaps the divorce announcement? Garner later confirmed that Affleck had an affair with the nanny, but said that it was not the real reason for their divorce. She said that they had been separated for months before she found out about the nanny affair and that the Nannygate scandal had nothing to do with their decision to divorce. She also said that she still loved Affleck and that he was the love of her life. They had grown apart and realized they were not compatible anymore. They announced their separation in 2015, a day after their 10th wedding anniversary, and filed for divorce in 2017. They reconciled for a while, during which Ben went public regarding his alcohol addiction and even thanked Garner for her support. However, the reconciliation failed, and they later finalized their divorce in 2018 after reaching a settlement and a custody agreement. They agreed to share joint legal and physical custody of their children and to co-parent them amicably. 3 years later, however, after their 10-year-old marriage had been dissolved, Ben would famously backtrack on praising Garner and blaming her for everything. In December 2021, during an interview on The Howard Stern Show, Ben said he was unhappy and trapped during his marriage to Garner. He even claimed that that was the reason he started drinking. Talking on the matter, Ben said, "That was part of why I started drinking alcohol. I was trapped. I was like, I can't leave because of my kids, but I am not happy. What do I do? What I did was drink a bottle of scotch on the couch, which turned out not to be the solution." Jennifer Garner was so hurt by his statements and description of their marriage during that interview that she called it a slap in the face. And we can understand just how she feels, because this is the same man who cheated on her with their nanny and tried to save his face by telling the media that the affair had nothing to do with their divorce. Remember that this same woman had to intervene and drive Ben to a rehab center after his public alcohol saga. This was even after they were officially divorced. For him to turn around and blame his drinking addiction on her, despite having previously disclosed that his family had a history of problems with substance abuse, is indeed a slap in the face for Jennifer Garner. And it gets worse because he said that he felt trapped in their marriage when everyone could obviously tell that that's exactly what he's feeling like in his current relationship with J-Lo. It would take J-Lo's toxic control over him and a few more years before Ben admitted that he regrets ever divorcing Jennifer Garner. As for Garner, despite the slap to her face and how difficult it was for her, she chose to forgive him for the sake of her love and because of their kids, which are her topmost priority. And like their divorce agreement in which they agreed to share joint custody of their children and to co-parent them amicably, they're doing not just fine, but a great job. Affleck and Garner have been amazing at co-parenting their kids and have maintained a friendly and respectful relationship. They've been seen attending their kids' school events, sports games, birthday parties, and holidays together. They've also been spotted going on trips as a family. They have been supportive of each other's personal and professional lives and have defended each other from the media and the public. Remember that throughout their marriage, given how popular they were, Ben and Jen Garner have always said that they were always constantly being watched and followed by paparazzi. In fact, according to Garner, the media scrutiny of Paps was one of the reasons their marriage failed. On an episode of Tell Me More with Kelly Corrigan, Garner said, "For 10 years, there were at the very least 6 cars, and often 20 outside of our house, and outside of school, and at the pediatrician's. And you're begging them, please step aside for the pediatrician's door. I have a sick kid, please." Ben and Garner have been honest and open about their divorce and have said that they still care for each other and want the best for each other. They've also said that they're proud of their co-parenting and that they are focused on their kids' happiness and well-being. Speaking to Vanity Fair, Jen Garner says that her friendship with Ben acts as the foundation for raising their 3 children. Admitting her loss and motivation, she says, "Sure, I lost the dream of dancing with my husband at my daughter's wedding, but you should see their faces when he walks through the door. And if you see your kids love someone so purely and wholly, then you're going to be friends with that person." But while Affleck and Garner seem to be happier and more relaxed as co-parents, Ben's current marriage with Jennifer Lopez is not going so well. Affleck and Lopez, who were previously engaged in the early 2000s, rekindled their romance in 2021 after Lopez broke up with Alex Rodriguez. They got married in a surprise ceremony in Las Vegas and have been flaunting their relationship ever since, as people often refer to them as Bennifer 2.0. However, Ben has been looking miserable and unhappy almost every time he's around J-Lo and has been unable to hide his discomfort and regret. His facial expressions, which consist of frowning, sighing, and rolling his eyes when with J-Lo, have become popular memes online. Oh, and don't forget his car door slam as well. Ben even went as far as confiding in Garner about J-Lo's tantrums and toxic control over him. This, of course, has caused J-Lo to become even more upset and stricter with him. With Ben confiding in and spending more time with Jennifer Garner and the kids in adorable ways, fans keep looking back and wondering why they divorced in the first place. And the most important question now is there still a chance they'll probably get back together as a couple? Speaking to Vanity Fair about their current relationship goals and boundaries, Jennifer Garner said, "Ben is still the only person who really knows the truth about things, and I'm still the only person that knows some of his truths." Going by that statement, should we say that Garner is saying Ben Affleck is still the only person who really loves her, and that she's also the only person who still loves him, despite some of his faults? Well, you tell us what you think she means by that in the comments section. But one thing is clear and stands to be praised. Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck have one of the most amazing co-parenting relationships of any divorced celebrity. They seem to flow together naturally and are able to prioritize their kids' well-being over whatever drove them apart as couples, including the famous Nannygate scandal. While Ben didn't take responsibility for his own faults and had previously blamed Jennifer Garner for his drinking addiction, claiming he felt trapped in their marriage, Ben seems to know now what it means to be really trapped in a marriage, as he's always happy whenever he's around Jennifer Garner, but always looking miserable when around Jennifer Lopez.